Hello everyone, it's me, Ronnie P, and I'm here in the Linesniper studio because we have something special for you. Linesniper has challenged me to take $1,000 and turn it into $10,000 just by betting on sports. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Me and the team here are gonna turn this 1,000 into 10 grand, and we're gonna show you how. Let's get after it. Andy Molitor, I am so glad to have you back with me on this show to help me out. So here's the premise. Ready for this?
I got it. Let's hear it.
They gave us two degenerates $1,000, and we got to turn $1,000 into $10,000. And I'm a basketball guy, man. I mean, I know my NFL and college, but you are the man's man. You are the master of this stuff. So I need you to help me get $1,000 to $10,000. What do you say, man?
Yeah, here we are, early November. We don't have any basketball. It isn't happening yet. Weeks until college, maybe months until NBA. Who knows? So,
is college coming back, dude?
Apparently in a few weeks. So we'll have that. We'll have that to lean on, but we'll have. I think we'll have the bankroll pretty flush by then, so we can be striking on a lot of those. But yeah, nothing but football right now, and that's okay with me.
Cool. All right. Awesome, man. So. Honestly, I like to take college football, but there's nothing I really like this week, man, to be honest with you. Nothing I love. Like, I want to give out our best bets on this show, man. I want the people to follow us. You want to fade us, that's fine, man. Do whatever. But I want them to follow us and win. So with college, I don't have any strong leans on college. I mean, I do like Clemson, but I'm not going to touch the game, man. I'm not going to touch it. What about you? Any leans on college football this week, or?
Yeah, I took Clemson at an early number, but at this point, I don't want any piece of it anymore. And also, these games are dropping off the board like flies. There was another one, even just before we got on the air, a Pac-12 game got canceled. So,
how many is that?
I'm gonna stick with the sport that's just fine fighting through the virus and keep on playing. And it does sound like the Niners situation has calmed down. The Detroit situation has calmed down. So it looks like we should have all the NFL games this weekend, which is good. Knock on wood.
NFL does not care. They're like, you're going to play no matter what. They don't care at all, man. Oh, the whole team has it? Oh, go out there. You're fine.
Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah, right. All right, so, again, you're the expert here, so you help me out with this, all right? So the first game I like, and I like this a lot, is Baltimore at Indianapolis. Now, I love the Ravens. Couple reasons why. One, I don't think the Colts are a real team. I think they're pretenders. So I got a list here. Who do they beat, Andy? They beat the Jaguars, who are 1-6. They beat the Vikings, who are 2-5. They beat the Jets 0-8. The Bengals 2-4-1, and the Lions 3-4. Who have they played, man? Who have they beat? Now the Ravens, on the other hand, we know that Jackson's good against bad teams, right? He's great against bad teams, and they're coming after a loss too. Dude, I know the line is low, and I think it's low because the whole COVID thing going on, but the only one that is not going to play is Humphreys. Everyone else is supposed to play. So I know the line's fishy, and a smart person would probably lay off this, but I'm not smart, Andy. I'm not smart, and I really do like the Ravens' awful loss too. I mean, am I crazy, or what do you think, man?
I'm not even sure if it's fishy. And to your point, you sat there and listed all the teams that the Colts beat. We should quickly list all the teams that the Ravens have lost to. It's the Steelers, who are the only undefeated team, and the Chiefs, who are, gods in their own right. They've only dropped one fluky game to the Raiders, who are squarely this year. So, the Ravens are a little further down the standings than they'd hoped to be, but still, they've lost two teams, two really good teams, and they've beaten everybody else. And in fact, they've kind of taken out the garbage against some of these bad teams. And truthfully, they probably deserve to win on Sunday. They really, really shut the Steelers down in the first half. The only points the Steelers put up were by their defense. They had a pick six. Yeah, it was a bad throw by Lamar. And truthfully, that's the game. They made some mistakes. They had 4 turnovers. They had 9 penalties for over 100 yards. And they had a couple injuries. They had a fluky ejection. A guy accidentally contacted a ref, pretty much, got kicked out of the game. That hurt their defense, and I think that was probably a big you can say one guy maybe isn't everything, but it did affect their ability to call the defenses they wanted to in the second half. And Steelers went 3 for 3 in the red zone second half. The rest is history. They're 7-0, and the Ravens are regrouping to play another game. So don't hate this at all.
Cool.
They've had some injuries in the O-line and Humphrey's out with the Rona, but they're power ranked better than this in my mind. They should be like 3.5, even on the road here. So I'm fine with this. Let's shop, find a good number, and put some cash on the Ravens.
So,
Nice
and I'm
bounce
glad the
back
Steelers
spot.
won that too because I had a Steelers money line last week. So I'm glad that one hit. But the best line we have is our good friends at William Hill at -1.5. I love that, man. We doing this?
Yeah, I think so too. And there are some people that would say that, well, I'll just play the money line, but for -110,
Yeah, why?
I'm not worried about taking those two or taking those points.
Yeah, I'm with that. So we're gonna do $100 on this game. Is that all right?
Yeah, we'll start easy. Take it light.
we'll start a little slow.
Ease
We
in,
gotta
dip
take
our
it
toes
slow.
in.
Hey, I gotta take it slow, man. No rush here. No rush here. All right, so $100 on Baltimore Ravens -1.5 is going to potential payout give us 191. I like that, man. All right, Andy. First bet's in the books. Let's go on to bet number 2. The Miami Dolphins against the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I'm going to sound crazy, but I love the Miami Dolphins. Again, who did Arizona beat? Now, yes, they beat Seattle, but they were behind the whole entire game. The whole entire game they were behind. They won in OT, and they shouldn't even took them to OT, man. That's a fluke win right there. They beat the Jets, the Cowboys, and Washington, all bottom dweller teams. Kyle Murray is very inconsistent in the red zone. I love this Dolphin team, man. I'm not saying they're like a playoff team, but they're a team on the rise, man. And I think they're going to win straight up. So if I can get them with plus points, sign me up, dude. Am I nuts or what?
No, this is one of the first games I bet this week when the lines came out. And I'm fine with it at this number. I'm still seeing 4.5s all over the board. I make this a lot closer to a field goal. And truthfully, I think they have a good chance to win if Tua plays well. It was tough to evaluate Tua last week just because of something a lot of people will start looking at when they go back and look at games or even forward predicting how a game will go is the game script. And when you end up getting all these scores from a defensive touchdown, a punt return, essentially another one was a defensive touchdown. The fumble was returned to the one, and then they just punched it in for another score. So without the offense doing very much, they got a lot of scoring. And it does make it hard to evaluate how good Tua was. And I think he has a decent ceiling. I think he has an okay floor where I don't think he's going to have some disastrous game, even against a tough defense. And I'm just, the Arizona offense just ain't doing it for me. It ain't it. Like Kyler Murray, he's exciting. He'll make some plays with his legs. He has like one really good throw every game that just keeps you excited. It's like holding out on 18 after you shoot 110 on the golf course. Like you get all excited and you come back for another round, but he's just not doing it right now. And I don't like what their play calling has been. I'm not totally sold on Cliff Kingsbury as a coach in the NFL, and I was looking to sell Arizona here anyway, so I'm fine with this. That passing game might be trash, especially against a pretty good secondary in Miami.
Yeah, this isn't Seattle's defense, man. And I think a lot of the public persona is that they saw Seattle just get tore up by Kyle Murray, but Seattle's defense sucks, people. Boys and girls
Really
are not a good defensive team. So you're going to face a real Seattle. You're going to face a real defensive team, Mr. Kyle Murray, and I'm not buying you, buddy. I'm not. All right, Miami Dolphins +4.5. That's the best line that we shopped for. And we're going to do 200 on this game. All right, so we're on to bet number 3, man. What do you think, man? What else do you like today in this card?
Oh, we just kind of trash talked this team in Seattle.
Oh, we did.
We did. But
I'm sorry.
I still, you bet numbers, not teams. Just go back to your last bet. What if Miami was -7? You're not taking them.
No.
You can say all these nice things about Miami, and if they're -7, you're probably taking Arizona. So while you are looking at the teams, you're still betting the numbers, not the team. And Seattle is very cheap in this instance. They're getting a star player back, a player they traded for and haven't got anything out of yet. Adams is practicing this week. It's going to help not only in coverage and the secondary, but he can also rush the passer. It's going to help. They do have some struggles in different levels of the secondary, but he's going to be massive for them. They acquired Carlos Dunlap from the Cincinnati Bungles, and really last week was more of a beatdown than that score showed. All the scoring was done like in the fourth quarter by Nick Mullins playing against a semi-soft defense who was sitting on a 4-score lead after. I mean, DK was a god. We saw
He's
what
great.
Bobby Wagner, like, again, we've said Seattle has some holes in their defense. Linebacker's not one of them. Bobby Wagner I think he was defensive player of the week. He had a million tackles, a couple for loss, a couple sacks. He was great. So there's some pieces here that I really like, and I'm fine laying the points in this one. What do we have for a line there?
We got Seattle at -3 at 105, which is great. But can I ask you a quick question, man? Because again, you're the man with this. What happened to Buffalo Bills? Like beginning of the year, they were killing it on defensive wise. Like they were just such a good team, and now they're struggling to beat the Jets. Like what the hell is going on, man?
Yeah, they're kind of returning to what I thought they would be at the beginning of the year. I was very surprised at how well their passing game was working. And I said, oh, maybe getting Stephon Diggs in there was more important than we thought. But at the same time, where they're at now is I'm more comfortable with it with my priors, with what I expected from them. I expected them to be a pretty good running team.
Right.
A decent, with an okay passing attack. And that's kind of where we've seen the past couple weeks. They were stymied in the red zone repeatedly over the past few weeks, and I mean they ran well. New England has a bad rush defense, and they ran well, and that worked for them. And that was kind of an ugly game. But again, they've had some injuries as well. Mitch Morse, another concussion for him. So if Seattle's going to find a few pieces, which I just mentioned, to help them in the pass rush, losing some offensive linemen for Buffalo is going to further exacerbate any problems there. And I think they can get some pressure on a quarterback who's shown some inaccuracy. And the only bad part, it's a tough travel spot. And I think that's why this number's deflated. Going from Seattle all the way over to Buffalo, it's not a great spot for him there, but it's a seasoned coach, a seasoned quarterback, and a pretty good roster whose offenses look great. And so I'm finally some points here, and I'm selling. I don't think the market has come down enough on Buffalo yet after a really hot start. So I'm fine with this one. I like this a lot, and it's a cheap 3. What do we got?
3. I mean, he's the next Megatron, dude. That guy's amazing. I mean, and of course, the Eagles could have had him.
A unit. Yep, the Eagles could add a lot of guys. Jalen Reagor didn't look bad in getting him back. He's no Justin Jefferson, but
whatever, man. So Seattle Seahawks -3. Potential payout's going to be $390. Because
-105 on that, so a few extra bucks. I like that.
I like it too, man, and that's why we're taking that one. So now we got one more game to go with, man. And we are the teaser kings, right?
We tease a little here.
We're going to tease a little, man. Let's get another teaser going, brother. What's the teaser, Andy? What's the teaser?
Well, you need a couple legs, and we'll start with the Giants. And this is a kind of a hold your nose, plug it, maybe don't watch the game kind of thing. You don't want to watch. You missed it up there right at the top. It is
the top there. I got so excited, man. I missed
the Washington football team and the Giants. A rematch. We're starting to get in that territory where some of these teams are playing for the second time in the season. Washington coming off a bye week, which is helpful for a team. But at the same time, the Giants, and we saw what we watched. It was a team that has been playing hard. And, they just don't have enough players in the roster to get it done, especially against a good team like Tampa. It's what are you going to do? Tampa's one of the top teams, and they took them to the limit there. Daniel Jones couldn't quite get it done. It was a rough spot there, but this is a team where they shouldn't be getting this many points, probably, and I'm not even afraid to bet this. Honestly,
you know what?
Giants,
I was proud of Daniel Jones. He marched him up the field, man. He showed me a lot, dude. The magic on 4th and 7, twice. All right, I like you, Daniel Jones. I like you. And again, like you said, divisional games are always close. So if we're getting more points on this, I'm not saying the Giants are going to win, but they're not going to get blown out by that Washington football team. So I'm with you on that, man. 100%.
Yeah, the first game ended 20-19, and it was a goofy game. There was a defensive score. There was a late score by Washington. They ended up going for 2 to just instead of taking it to overtime. So another close game here, even though it is in Washington.
I remember that. That's right. Yeah, I was like, what are they doing?
I'm much higher on what the Giants have done since then than anything Washington has. So teasing this out to 8.5, getting through the 3, getting through the 8. or the 7, excuse me, getting out to 8.5. I like this leg a lot. So click it. Well,
Okay.
we got to find a
I'll tell you,
partner.
as an Eagles fan, Giants are going to scare me in a couple years because they're playing really good right now, man. So they're telling you, laugh now, but they're going to be a team in the NFC East, guys. I'm telling you right now. What's the other one you want to go with? So we got the Giants. What's the other one?
Little bit of a weirder leg. We do a lot of going through the 3 and the 7. This is kind of a goofy secondary math, what have you, situation in the Chiefs. I don't love them in this spot a ton because it is kind of a dead spot. They have bigger games coming up. They're a double-digit favorite at home. This is a team who's overperformed a little bit, but they've, we kind of saw their true colors in the last couple weeks here. And 10.5 is a lot to lay, but I'm fine teasing this because you do get through the 10, the 8, the 7, the 6. So we're getting down to 4.5 on this with a 6-point teaser.
Yeah,
Kansas City is just markedly better. Like, my power numbers say I should think about betting this. It's close, but again, when you get into some of these higher numbers, there's a little bit of screwiness. Whereas, is a team motivated to win by 13 or 4? A team up by 8, 9, 10 points late, there's no motivation for them to continue to pile on if we get into a late game situation. But you get this down to 4. I don't see a situation where this is particularly close. And if Carolina is able to score, and I think they actually will be in this game, the Chiefs are going to be able to answer right back. The secondary is not great. We saw what Matt Ryan and just a bad coaching staff, an old quarterback, and good receivers. I don't want to take anything away from Julio. We saw what they did against the secondary. Now give me Andy Reid, former MVP, Reek, and the whole gang down there. Like, they should be able to, if they get in any trouble here, they're going to answer right back. So 4 is probably a gift and a teaser. I'm more than happy to take KC here, especially at home.
I see the winning by a touchdown. I really see that. And Carolina, isn't Bridgewater banged? I know he's playing, but he's banged up. That was a bad hit last week, man.
Yeah, that was kind of a shame on that guy. Both of them. Really, the second guy got it's fun. So the second he got in more trouble for just hitting him. But the guy who stuck his leg out, that was dirty.
Yeah, you can't do that stuff, man. You can't do that. All right, so if we take this, we're going to take the New York Giants plus 8.5 and the Kansas City Chiefs minus 4.5. That's going to $200 should get us potential payout of $366.67. You need that 67 cents, Andy.
They even rounded up. It's 66 repeating, and they took you up there.
All right, boys and girls. So here's our picks for Sunday. We got the Baltimore Ravens minus 1.5. Okay. That's going to win us, $100 is going to win us $190. That's bet number 1. Bet number 2, this is my bet of the week, okay? This is Ron's best bet.
I'm with you.
It's a double best bet. I'm loving that. We got the Miami Dolphins plus 4.5. $200 is going to give us a potential payout of $381.82. That's the one, guys. That's the one. We also have the Seattle Seahawks minus 3. Again, $200 is going to give us a potential payout of $390.48. And last but not least, we got a 2-leg teaser at 6 points. So we got the New York Giants plus 8.5 and the Kansas City Chiefs minus 4.5. They should be able to win by a touchdown, so not worried about that at all. $200 is going to give us a potential payout of $366.67. I like them all, Andy. I think we're going to have a really good week, man.
Probably sweep the board. Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna have to raise the bet size next week. If it goes 4-0, we're raising the bet size.
Well, we have to, especially for best bet next time.
Yeah, we're betting a percentage, so it goes up.
It does, man. It does. Andy, thank you for helping me with this on a road to $10,000. And guys, it's Christmas time, so I got to get my money right, man. So we got to get this winning on, right? So follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, all that good social media stuff. Watch my live reactions. If you listened to me last week, I told you to take Seattle. Who listened to me? We won on that one. So follow us on Instagram, Twitter, social media, and win that money, guys.